Previously, I spoke about how on self-improvement, once you get rid of the bad habits, you usually make space for, some better habits. And reading is one of those things that I mentioned. And I wanted to talk a bit more about that today because there is this slight misconception around the idea of reading, right? But I will always stick by reading as one of the best things you can fill your spare time with on self-improvement because, you can learn new concepts, ideas, find new analogies for other things you were already struggling with or trying to come up with for content, maybe. You can discover new advice to solve the specific problems you're experiencing literally in your current life. Reading is great. But problem, does reading actually help though? This is where I say, yes, it does. It does 100% help, but under a single critical condition. I want to ask you a question. What was the last piece of advice you remember reading from a self-improvement book? Is it feeling quite the challenge to remember that, to pick upon an actual piece of advice you've read? And if you are struggling to remember something, I would say that that's down to the fact that you haven't employed this critical condition to actually make reading worthwhile. Now I'm going to tell you what this critical condition is. Don't worry, I'm not just going to beat around the bush. But I want you to maybe pause the video, or I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think of it, yeah? So, right, the critical condition is action. And before I get a bit more into that, I have a school community. So if you need help with stuff like actually taking action on things you've learned, well then the school community is the place for you. I'm going to be making blog style posts in there to deliver value on similar topics that I present on the channel and hopefully add more value to you guys' journey. So that would be the top link in the description, right? But action, right? Action reinforces the lessons you have learned. Discipline. All right, so one clear lesson I've learned along the way, especially in self-improvement, is that discipline will 100% lead to more progress. We'll go back to the gym as a lovely example. It's just nice and easy to explain. Let's say that based on motivation or actually wanting to go to the gym, that leads you to go to the gym 25 to 40% of the time. The other 75 to 60% of the time, you don't really want to go, and you end up going either out of discipline or just pure grit and determination and making yourself go, right? The only way to properly learn is because you can read that, right? And you'll go, okay, cool, that makes sense. If I'm more disciplined and I make myself go, and that's 75%, that's 60% of the time when I don't actually feel like it, I would have gone to the gym 100% of the time just for arbitrary number's sake. And then because I've been 100% of the time, I'm making 100% of the progress rather than just the 25 to 40% of the progress, right? You can read that and then you can literally go about the rest of your life not going to the gym all the time when you don't feel like it because you haven't properly learned the lesson. The way you would really be able to learn the lesson is you learn that the next time you don't feel like going to the gym, what do? You go to the gym anyways. You be disciplined. You take yourself up out your seat. You get yourself dressed for the gym and you go. You go to the gym. Right. Then repeat this step. Go to the gym again the next time you don't feel like it, and again and again. Stay disciplined. Repeat that. Just go when you don't feel like it. Now, look back at the progress you've made since that first time you went to the gym and you didn't feel like it. Look at all the progress you've made. Look at all the extra muscle you've put on. Look at all the weight you've lost. I don't know, whatever journey it is you're going on in the gym. Look at that. Look at how much your biceps have grown, your chest has grown. And then that's it. That is the literal living proof of the lesson. Discipline makes more progress. You look at the progress you have, you go, that was down to me going, especially when I didn't want to. And now that is literally you taking the lesson you read, bringing it into your life, and seeing the actual true benefits of it. And that's how we truly learn. The way to learn, right, the proper way to learn is to fail. We're going to fail. We mess up. We then look for a solution, look for a way we can change to hopefully bring about the progress we're trying to find or to a better solution that's going to bring us, better results. We then readjust our actions. And so we act differently because to act the same and expect different results is literally what Albert Einstein calls insanity. So we change our actions to try and hopefully change the results for the better. We then get new results. we look at those results and we reflect on what may have caused the change. If there was any change. If there wasn't any change, you probably want to, shift and pivot to some new advice or a new solution. And if there was change, if it was positive, well, then you now have a better way of doing this to like get better progress. You now know that being disciplined in the gym is going to make you build more muscle, lose more weight, blah, 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 blah. None of this can happen. None of this true learning can happen without the necessary action. So if you don't act on the stuff you read in the books, you'll never truly learn it. It will just be in this ear, out the other, or in this part of your mind, out the other. Never for you to actually reap the rewards of what you've just read. So please, the next time you're reading, have it in your mind to actually act on the damn piece of advice you've found in the book. And then you will 100% actually take proper value from the lessons read. That's it for this video. Hope it provided you good value. Hope to see you in another one. But that's it for this one. See you all.